All right, we're live with Koopa Kast number 44. By some miracle, we got it going.
Woo!
As you can see, it's just the three of us today. This is Matt, your host for Koopa Kast 44. I am the multimedia manager of the group. Joining me are two other people, and they will introduce themselves just as soon as they answer this question. As listeners may know, we're in the middle of our Around the World of Wii Fit You in 88 Days contest. We're about to hit the halfway point. So I want to know to each of you, what is the farthest distance that you've run?
Huh. Tristan.
Oh, you started, man. You got go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, yeah, hey. I'm Trevor. Trev, my friends call me, and this is actually my first Koopa Cast, and hopefully not the last. But in regards to Matt's question, I really don't know. But in my defense, I actually have been trying to play Wii Fit. I did play it today for a half an hour or so. But our house only has one fit meter, and my wife is using it. So I can't tell you. But I am part of the Pure Nintendo gym. So that's
Hi
it.
there. Oh, go. Oh, sorry.
No, that's it.
All right. Hi there. I'm Tristan Mymans, the third wheel of the group and staff writer for Pure Nintendo. And the furthest I've ever run, let's see, I'm not sure about the furthest, but I guess the fastest would also be how bad I need to go to the bathroom and also how far it was away. I'm not much of a runner per se. I'll bike because I can sit on my butt and move. Is driving considered an exercise? Because it can be draining at times.
I'm sorry, it's not. Uh,
Well,
if you watch the Wii Fit meter introduction video, they clearly state that driving is not exercise.
what if I just put my Wii Fit meter on like on my dryer while it's going and just shakes it up like crazy?
It actually doesn't work like that.
Oh. Well, wait a minute. How do you know that, Matt? Have you tried it?
Uh,
Because I see your stats when I'm on the gym, and your numbers are appearing.
He's kind of an Olympian right now.
well, because I have to race J Money. I don't know what he's doing, but I think he's just sprinting everywhere he goes. But I had to troubleshoot the contest to make sure that you couldn't just do this to your meter and you'll get steps.
It's not like
Yeah.
getting play coins with your
Yeah,
3DS.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say that's what I do with the play coins.
yeah
Oh
this
man, I
one
need that last puzzle piece. Shake, 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 shake.
yeah this one does not work like that, thankfully.
Yeah, I need
Which
to
is
pick
really
one up at some point.
it's really nice. It's $14, so I thought it was
I
a good
need,
deal.
yeah, I need to get a Wii Fit. Like I missed out on that when the Wii came out, and it seems like don't be shaking my head. I'm not even gonna say I'm physically fit. I'm nothing like that. Um, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna stop burying, digging my grave here. Yeah, I should probably pick one up.
Move that camera. Let's see a full body shot.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Let's just keep, my personality's up here, Trevor, not my gut.
Um, Speaking of physical exertion, let's go ahead and talk about last week's Nintendo Direct. All of us it was all hands on deck, as all three of us, along with a few other Pure Nintendo staffers, were hurriedly trying to fight the stream while trying to put stories up there for you, the viewers. And now that everything's kind of calmed down and we listen to all of the games that are out there, which is more than 30, by the way. I've counted a few times.
Yeah.
What did you all think of? Just I want to hear some basic thoughts of how you thought the Nintendo Direct went.
I felt like they told us stuff, like a bunch of stuff that we already knew, not so much what we wanted to hear. I mean, like it was so cool seeing, Little Mac and Smash Brothers, but I think maybe a bunch of us were hoping, okay, so we've seen some newcomers, we've seen some new items, assist trophies, stages. What's the release date? Because this game's obviously looking really well done. So I was personally hoping for that. I was really hoping for a new Zelda game, like something to really get me excited about what Nintendo's releasing for the year 2014. And I kind of felt like we really didn't get that. I feel like it wasn't as strong as maybe I would have hoped, personally.
Yeah, to go along with that, I thought it was so-so. just from a pure Nintendo point of view, it was exciting for me trying to, throw things up as they were being announced live. But, especially on the Wii U end, I guess I was disappointed because, like, we saw Smash Brothers, we saw Bayonetta, we saw X, and then we see 2014.
Yeah.
And was it Reggie who said, there's not going to be that drought like there was last year, and maybe they still have some surprises, but when I see 2014 without any dates, it gives me pause.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, because it's easy to backspace on that 4 and just type in 5. So.
Yeah, and with Nintendo's history, I mean, has there ever been, a second party game that was not delayed?
That's a good question. I can't remember the last time it was, all right, it's this date alone, we're good.
Yeah, I mean, one delay, and we're feeling fortunate. I mean,
right. If I'm mistaken, Mario Kart 8 was actually the only Wii U title that was presented that was like, okay, here's the release date. I think everything else was, TBA.
Yeah.
A lot of things were. There were a couple that were coming out that day of the Nintendo Direct.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, there are some that are coming out in the near future. A lot of March, April dates still are flying around. And which is to be expected, because this what Nintendo Direct was for the purposes of highlighting what is coming out in the next few months.
Right.
Especially in the months leading up to E3.
Right.
That was something I was definitely thinking about. That while we didn't see any huge hits except for what we already know, was I'm hoping that it's something that we're going to see. They're going to just wait to reveal it at E3.
Yeah. And we'll all be there to watch it.
Yes, we will.
It's going to be great. Yeah, Trev. If you think of intense like us being separate, our computers uploading stuff. Last year at E3, we're all like crammed up in a hotel room. Okay, who's got this one? Yeah, I got it. All right, where do we get the pictures for this? Just jumbling around. Look, I think we looked up Matt? What we look up like 4 different screens just to find like okay, who's got the better bandwidth? Who's getting like the better data?
Yeah, like for anybody who's listening, if you've ever seen like scenes from Star Trek where like computers were exploding and everyone's yelling out random stats, that was pretty much what our experience was like.
Yeah.
Stream's going down. Move to screen 2. Okay, I got this.
And everyone called me Captain.
I'm giving her all she's got, Captain.
That was pretty much what it was. Yeah, it was exactly like that. Yeah.
Congratulations, Trevor. The internet can take it.
Hey, that's right. All right, Trevor, you're our new Scotty. Hope you're happy.
Oh, why?
But
what
yeah.
about Matt? What'd you think?
I thought it was nice. I mean, I liked hearing that a lot of games were coming out, so we're kind of seeing a contrast to last year, which was this, large gaming drought that didn't inspire a lot of confidence in especially the Wii U. I thought which was something. The interesting things that came out of it were the Game Boy Advance games coming out on the Wii U. So I'll definitely be playing some Metroid Fusion along with
totally.
Yoshi's Island's Mario Advance 3, because I know there's some extra levels there that I want to check out. But most interesting to me was not just the Steel Diver announcement, but the Bucky's Real Deal baseball announcement.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one seemed really interesting just because how different it was in terms of how you buy things. You have to kind of haggle around to it.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how they're going to do that, because I mean, if people realize that, hey, I can get this cheaper, everybody's obviously gonna go for that. I guess it leaves me with questions. But I think it's good. I think it's a nice way for Nintendo to sort of shake up their digital infrastructure, as it were.
Right, and be kind of creative about that.
They did say they were going to try to experiment with their different models, and it definitely looks like here they're experimenting with their pay-to-play models, or however you want to say it, free-to-play or pay-to-play.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, is it working just out of the three of us? Who downloaded Steel Diver, right away?
I don't have a 3DS, so you will not hear anything from me.
Oh.
I didn't pick it up. Man, I thought you got a 3DS, dude.
No, I figured it was either going to be a 3DS or HDTV for video capture, and
we're on a delay, right? So we can edit that out.
Yeah, no, sorry. I mean, yes, the pure Nintendo budget covered 3DS for me.
Warning, pure Nintendo budget did not cover 3DS for Matt Paxton.
It didn't.
Anyway, maybe my point's moot, but what I was getting at is the original Steel Diver. I never picked up, even though I've seen it,
Yeah, like I didn't
cheap
pick it up
in
either.
shops. But
Yeah,
this one, I figured free. What do I have to lose? So I downloaded. I think I downloaded it the next day.
yeah,
I got a bigger SD card, but
a lot of fun though.
it's not really my sort of thing.
Right.
But but I like the idea because if it hooked me, I could see myself absolutely going out and buying the full version. I mean, I've done that with other demos. So
Totally.
How was the? Have you tried any of the multiplayer yet? The online multiplayer?
I actually have not. It's funny. I was chatting with a friend of mine on a forum about it, but never did get around to it. But from what they were saying, I'm trying to think. I think they said they spent like 5 hours.
Wow.
Oh wow. So
So
it's I could see it really being addicting because yeah, looking at it, yeah, again, just the whole premise is pretty cool. I think it was kind of like maybe what they wanted Steel Diver to be when it first released. Well, yeah, again, I'm pretty sure with you guys when you saw Steel Diver as a release title, you were thinking, what else we got?
Shovelware.
You're like Street Fighter. Okay, I'd rather do that.
Hmm.
'Cause that was mine. That was I picked up Street Fighter as a launch game.
um,
for me.
Yeah.
something interesting I noticed about Street Diver, besides the pay-to-play model, was the when you're on the multiplayer, you communicate by using Morse code.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is actually. I kind of thought that was neat.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's really smart of Nintendo to kind of like have the option to be like, look, it's free to play for you, but if you want to spend a little bit extra, you get some better subs. That I think it's a very intelligent way in order to sell a game. Unlike let's say EA, where it's I'm sorry, I got this weird cough.
Yeah, wait, I
where
completely missed what you said. Can you repeat that? What was it?
EA, but like yeah, because like with a game like EA, it's like oh you bought the game here, pay us another $5 in order to actually play it or something like that. It's nice to have the option of look if you want it, it's there. Kind of like how Nintendo did with the Bravely Default with was it with Brave Points? You could pay a little bit extra to get Brave Points, or you could just put it in sleep mode. You can get it either way. It's just all
Yeah.
about it's literally all about patience. So I think it's a
And
very smart business move.
it's going to work because there's a lot of people, as much as we probably all love multiplayer, there's a lot of people who, are solo gamers or only like multiplayer, local. So for the people who want, the solo experience, they're going to pony up and pay the, 9.99 or whatever it is, to get the game. So
Yeah, totally.
And which model would you like? Would you like to see Nintendo go down further? Would you like to see them go down the Steel Diver model or the real deal baseball model?
I feel like I would need to see more about Real Deal before I made a decision on that. But at the same time, I do like the Steel Diver again. Like pretty much cut and copy everything I just said and repaste it here about the whole. It's great that they give you the option for it and it's not forced upon you.
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know enough about the baseball game. I mean, I've obviously, I know what we've all heard, but it kind of left me with more questions.
Yeah.
How exactly is it going to work that we can haggle them down? And is there a cutoff? I mean, because obviously, you're going to reach a point where okay, this is as low as the game can go. And yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't know enough to have an informed opinion.
Hmm.
Who says in the game though you can't walk around this guy's baseball shop, pick up a bat, and go, man, wooden bat could really hurt someone. I mean, if they don't lower their prices just a little bit.
Yeah.
Who says
Maybe Retro City Rampage should do that.
maybe Richard
Yeah.
Page does that.
What did you guys think about the? Speaking of Retro City, going just to indies, I thought it was interesting that we did see a little bit of a highlight on the indie titles this time around. We saw some independent studios, some familiar faces go on there and talk with. I don't remember their names now. They both start with K. That's all I remember. But talk with those two about the two Nintendo Minute hosts about their games. Do you guys think we should see more indie coverage in the future?
Well, absolutely, because I feel like us being an independent magazine, an independent news source, I feel like independent companies, we're all literally in the same boat when you think about it.
Yeah, one of my biggest thrills since I started writing for Pure Nintendo is the opportunity to really kind of build and expand on those relationships with the small indie studios. Because we're obviously enthusiastic, they're enthusiastic, and while I still question how much indie titles will actually move a Wii U console, in large amounts, I think the steady flow is going to, keep the installed base happy. And you never know when the next, gem's going to pop out, the next Cave Story or whatever. So,
I still need to play that game. I really want to play Cave Story.
It's a good one.
I'm waiting for a Wii U release on that, but yeah, sorry, I'm getting distracted. I didn't mean to cut you off of my desire to want to play Cave Story because I heard it's like an interesting RPG, but it's really difficult too. So
if you want to get a flavor of it, there's an eShop title. What the heck is the name of it? Your little squid.
Oh man, it was some really Japanese title. I know what you're talking about.
Actually, I have it on 3DS, and the name escapes me. It's a short thing. It's maybe 2 hours, but
it kind of has that same aspect, kind of gameplay.
Yeah, very very much so. I think it was the original, or not the original. I think it predated Cave Story. It was kind of where they got a lot of the ideas. What the heck was it called? I think I'll interrupt.
Paku Paku Squishy Squid Adventure Happy Fun Times.
Yes.
That's I knew it. It was tip of the tongue, man. Tip of the tongue.
So that's the actual title then.
Holy, come on! I'm a
criminalist,
for God's sake.
I should have had my 3DS near me. I could have just looked it up. It starts with an I. It's like Pikachu. See, I'm thinking Pikachu. Something like Ikachu.
Gotcha.
Ika-chan? Is that
Ika-chan?
it? Is that
Ika-chan.
Ikachi.
I don't know. I gotta Google it here, but
I'll have to be sure to look for it though. But yeah,
it's a fun game.
Yeah, and I totally agree with what you said in terms of like there's so many hidden gems out there. Like especially jumping on the hype about Super Meat Boy back then, which is an indie title that went from I guess you're gonna say indie title to critically acclaimed independent game. It's just it's also really cool to see the love and devotion that really goes into these games and the creativity. Because when you think about it, as an indie company, you probably get more liberties and more freedom with your title, rather than, let's say, even a third-party or AAA company, which is really around the shackles of, we want it like this, it's going to be like this, we have no other room for anything else.
Mm-hmm. Well, what really impresses me, just recently I was playing Unepic, which is a great Wii U game.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I saw your review on it. It was really good.
But, yeah, it had a major bug. And I was chatting with, with the developer, and he was very apologetic and right on the ball to fix it.
That's
by the
awesome.
way, and I told him, I said, you know what? Because he was very humble. I said, I look at an indie game here made by one person with, pretty much just one flaw. When you look at these big budget releases,
there's like so many
on day one, where there's patches and they're getting class action lawsuits, and I said, yeah, I take it in context. One bug from an indie developer versus mountains of bugs from these huge studios, it's small in comparison.
Oh yeah. And I just realized I made another stab at EA with SimCity.
Oh well, it'll happen for a company that was voted worst company in the world 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Sometimes somebody might accidentally say something negative.
No, oh darn. Whoops. Sorry to be that guy, guys.
Well, they do have an unprecedented relationship with Nintendo, so,
allegedly,
yeah.
You
know what you should do, Matt? You said you were looking for a 3DS. Maybe you should splurge for that Yoshi 3DS XL that's coming out with new Yoshi's Island.
Oh yes, another Yoshi's Island package that was also announced during the Nintendo Direct.
It makes me wish that, because I look at my 3DS right now, I have the 3DS XL, the red and black one, and it makes me want to go, and I'll just throw you away and just go get a new. Yeah, I wish you could do like some kind of weird trade-in thing, but no, I'm happy with my XL. But it kind of sucks when you see like these exclusive, beautiful design ones, like when I saw the Zelda one, I was torn because it's my favorite franchise, and I was just torn to see that beautiful 3DS XL.
Yeah, it's smart marketing because they know
it is.
that there's going to be a contingent who are going to gobble it up. Not me personally. I still have the original, the smaller model, but
yeah.
If I had more money, I probably would.
Oh yeah. I would definitely recommend Matt. Of course, you're probably thinking the same thing too. If I were to go for a 3DS XL, I would definitely go for like a specially themed one. I mean, you can get the regular color ones, but I mean, it'd be kind of cool to have a themed one too.
Yeah, the Legend of Zelda one immediately comes to my mind. That would be my pick right there.
Oh yeah, totally.
They
Now, if
got
I'm
some
mistaken,
slick ones overseas too. If you
oh
wanted
yeah,
one
that's
that
right. Yeah.
can play different regions.
Oh yeah.
If I'm not
Um,
mistaken, oh, go ahead.
I was just thinking. I mean, I like the idea that there's all these special edition 3DSs out there, but I kind of would like to prefer to see also a case option, perhaps, like
Right,
some kind of cover you can put over there, so people don't feel like they're kind of I mean, not regretting, but wishing they held out a little bit longer for the next
right.
3DS.
Yeah, and not something like incredibly bulky, like just something that's like, it just clips on perfectly to where it looks like it's a specially themed cover.
Hmm.
Like I've seen them on consoles before. In fact, I saw this one really cool one. It was for the PS4. It was a covering case you can put on it that makes it look like an old NES.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So,
Uh,
something like that I think would be great. Yeah, customizable.
or even maybe I don't know, like for your Wii U gamepads, do you have any type of those grippy sleeves or whatever? Like I know I got
Oh,
one, and it's just kind of I know it's a little different with the 3DS because of the clamshell design, but
mm,
it kind of just slides over and you can swap it out easy enough, gives you a little bit of
yeah,
options.
that's nice. Yeah. If I'm
Uh,
mistaken, though, I think the Yoshi's 3DS XL is not actually having the game digitally downloaded on it.
I
um,
think
I
you're
can't remember. I
I
can't
can
remember
pull
if that
that
was.
up right now for you. And
Yeah,
hmm,
let's say like I want to double check on that before that's confirmed. But I thought I read somewhere where it's just the 3DS XL.
hmm.
And to me, it wouldn't make sense if they didn't have it downloaded on there.
yep, it is. There is no software in it. You have to purchase
That's
the copy of the game.
that's
Well,
weird.
you know, it is as it doesn't. I don't mind it so much as somebody who still loves physical
Yeah, same
media.
here.
I hesitate to buy any retail game until Nintendo gets a real account system. The only one I've done it to date is Wii U Fit actually, or Wii Fit U because it's $30 difference. I
Yeah.
can't. There's nothing to sneeze at, but
Oh,
um,
totally.
I really if I can hold a box and hold a booklet or nowadays a sheet, a pamphlet, whatever it is,
Yeah.
I'll take what I can get.
Or kind of like your games back there. It's nice to have them put up on the shelf, kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I
Don't look
still
too close. Some of those aren't Nintendo. But
Oh yeah. I will say this. One thing I do think Nintendo. I was talking to Justin about this, Justin Sharp, and we were talking, and it was that I think Nintendo should definitely go back to what they did with, let's say, Wind Waker and Pikmin 3 in a way, in terms of their digital downloads. Because I know with Wind Waker, you could actually digitally download the game. I think it was like a week or two earlier if you bought
Hmm.
the digital version. And then I think they should do that because I think that actually could rank in a lot. Because some people, physical digital doesn't matter to them, but it's kind of cool to have that option of if you buy it this way, you get to play it a little bit earlier than everybody else.
yeah, I gotta say though, Pikmin 3 had a beautiful manual, full
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
color,
true.
really nice. So
I need to
I,
pop
I,
that
hear- I
game
hear you,
actually.
but I'm gonna
Oh,
be
totally.
kicking and
Yeah,
screaming.
No, no,
yeah.
I agree with you, man. Like, I think it's a great marketing move, but I still prefer physical, and I still need to get back on Pikmin 3. I'm on the last level, and it's stressful. It's too stressful for me, and I can't handle it.
Oh,
Yeah. Early digital is definitely bad for my constitution.
Oh,
You've
yeah.
never seen a man cave so fast, and when the digital version of Wind Waker HD came out,
Uh,
I was like, I could wait, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna wait, and then I saw one video online,
you
maybe
lost.
about 10 seconds, and I'm like, nope, gotta buy it digital right now, and that
oh.
settled that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess for me, of course, I got the game sent to me to review, and I was thinking, oh man, I get to play before everyone else. But then later I went out to the store and I saw like, the one with the Ganondorf figurine in there. And I was like,
Mm.
oh, why? Yeah, why couldn't they have sent me that one? That would have
Yeah,
been cool too.
we need to make a case for that, so we can also review the figurine.
I think stuff like that, and I think is now what's weird is that there's no way you can actually go buy those figurines straight from Nintendo, right?
Not that I know of.
I think
Mm.
Nintendo should start doing that. I think they can make a lot of money, saying, "Oh, here's some cool figurine or cool," or if anything, maybe have collector's edition versions of games to where, like, I think it'd be cool for Pikmin
Yeah,
3 if like you could get like a little Pikmin plushie or something like that.
yeah, I
You,
agree.
you
Yeah,
can buy a
or
little. Oh, sorry.
oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna say you can buy a little figurine of Luigi right now if you really have that urge. It's only 1,600 coins will get you
The
Only.
little the
Luigi's Mansion
diorama.
2 Luigi.
Dude, don't do me like I don't have enough. I only have like 300 coins. I kind of splurged on mine when I got the Link Between Worlds poster set. Worth it.
Nice.
It was so worth it.
What did I get? I got one of those cases that were out last month, the 3DS cases.
The one that had you can put your different cards in there.
Yeah, it had the different sleeves. It was
Yeah.
Zelda and I think Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I remember seeing those. Those are pretty cool. But yeah, I think oh, go ahead. So
I
I
was
keep
gonna say,
interrupting. I keep interrupting. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I always just end up spending my coins on the monthly Club Nintendo digital releases.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We need
I
more
would
of those.
Yeah.
I would love to be spending coins. I love the Wii more than anyone, and I still actually buy Wii games, but I don't know why they're still doing like we were talking about earlier with Mario RPG.
Yeah.
Downloaded on the Wii U in Wii mode.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
like
know
that's
why
not.
they're
Yeah,
not just offering straight Wii U rewards. I
yeah,
don't
I
understand
know.
it.
And again, it's like that's kind of a lie. It's like it's not Wii U. It's Wii. No matter how you look at it, no matter how you dress it up, you still have to go to the Wii option to play it. So, and I was totally bummed by that because like it literally seems like the only thing they have to do in terms of changing it to a Wii U version is having the option to customize your button layout and like a save state load state feature, and that's like about it.
Yeah,
And the off screen.
The whole virtual console setup for that matter. I mean, I don't want to get off
That's a
track.
can of worms. That's a can of worms. If we get into that, guys, we're going to be here all night if we try to open up a can.
That'll be a special edition Koopa Cast.
Yeah, special Koopa Cast. How long is it? 3 hours long, just ranting about the virtual console.
I would question it along with you guys if I weren't too busy actually downloading Super Mario RPG.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And that's another example of the Wii Constitution that I have.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, it's still worth it, and I still buy Wii games.
Yeah, I actually picked up Xenoblade Chronicles recently, and
how much?
Do I really have to say?
I'm just curious because I know
it was actually 60.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was it 3 digits or 2 digits of how much you spent?
No, 60 is good. It's definitely worth it.
Well, I got lucky because I had like a bunch of like GameStop like points and discounts. So I mean, like it really chunked off the price. But I remember I saw it at the store and I called up Justin and I was like, hey, one thing, we got the David Weiss interview. Also, I found Xenoblade Chronicles, and one thing he told me about, he's like, get it. If you ever see it, get that game. It's super rare and it's really great. And sure enough, I'm having a fantastic time with it. And it's actually, to me, setting me up for getting ready for X because after the information they gave us, I mean, come on, the game is like practically like a sequel to Xenoblade, or they said it's the same combat style as Xenoblade, but more polished up. It's like, just say it's Xenoblade and give us a cool title. So
yeah, I just call it Xenoblade Giant Robot Edition. That seems to work out well.
Xenoblade Giant Gundam Edition.
X is more cryptic though. Makes you wonder and speculate. What is it?
Mega Man X, maybe we're finally going to get that next Mega Man X game that we've probably been needing for years.
That would be amazing if it's just a 3D Mega Man X.
Yeah, if you're watching this, Capcom.
Where's my Legends?
Oh, they are, I'm sure.
Sorry, that just kind of slipped out.
Oh man, you're all right.
I didn't mean to blow up like that.
Just explode, man. Why don't you calm down there in that sound booth you're in?
I'm not being emotional, but I am saying I would have bought a 3DS if they had Mega Man Legends out.
I heard good things about the Legends franchise.
I've got the first two. They're amazing.
Yeah, I saw you had a box copy. Whenever you did the Koopa Cast at your place, you'd have the box copy sitting up on your wall.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the thing I didn't get with the whole Legends thing is weren't they like getting input from like the fan community about what they would include in it and stuff like that before they kind of pulled the rug out from under them?
I think it was like there wasn't like enough. They felt like there wasn't enough hype with it, so they just canned it.
Yeah, Capcom felt there was not enough support, and I believe just support for the game, both people in the dev room and people outside the dev room, and they just kind of didn't feel like it was going to be profitable.
I felt like if they at least gave us maybe, I don't know, a video, some screenshots or something, that probably would have, cranked up the hype train a bit. Just saying.
Yeah. I mean, in their defense, there were a good amount of screenshots. I was definitely following that story very closely. It was definitely great because it was like one of the first instances I've seen of like a major publisher just teaming up with their fan base to actively create a game. Kind of like what Inafune is doing or did now with Mighty Number 9.
I'm so excited.
Choosing concepts for characters and whatnot. That was something very similar that Capcom did for Mega Man Legends 3 in terms of character design and just like gameplay elements and ideas. But yeah, then just all of a sudden, out of the blue, it was going to be delayed, and then it was canceled right then and there. And I believe it was right before we were supposed to get a playable demo on the 3DS.
Yeah, I remember the window gap being really, really close. So it's kind of a bummer that they pulled out. But maybe
I walk on shells now every time I hear delay. It's like, what's next? Like with the whole Watch Dogs thing, not to get off that way.
Yeah.
But
we're opening so many cans of worms, guys. We're gonna drown in them.
It's like I hear that. I used to hear delay, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's going to be a more quality product when it finally releases.
Yeah.
But now it's at a point I hear delay, and I'm like,
uh-oh, is it coming?
Yeah, or at this point it's like, oh, delay. Well, this is a regular thing. Never trust a release date when you first see it, because that's one thing I've noticed. Growing up as a gamer, you never really trust it until you get it and it's confirmed and the date's getting closer and nothing's changed yet.
Yeah. When's Mario 3 hitting the Virtual Console? A couple months ago.
Trevor, that's another can, my friend. You know what? I did in spite of that? I just hooked up my NES and I just started playing Mario 3 and I was like, oh, there, got it right here.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, we saw with NES Remix 2, which is coming out in about a couple months.
Yeah.
That Super Mario Bros. 3 is on there.
Yeah.
So that makes me believe that we are going to see Super Mario Bros. 3 on the Wii U Virtual Console between now and that release. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. Actually, no, I take that back. Hopefully not. I have a lot of work I need to do, and I really don't want to get distracted.
Tomorrow, it'll come tomorrow.
And good job. That was a quick thing. Real quick, going back to like Ubisoft and the whole Watch Dogs thing. And we definitely heard about their waning confidence and like Nintendo's Wii U sales. If you're listening to Ubisoft, and I know you are, because you're big fans of PureNintendo.com. We just got a story that came in that Mutant Mudds Deluxe sold more on the Wii U than it did on PSN and Steam.
That was awesome.
And I am one of the people that bought it, and it's a fantastic game.
That's a great game.
Jules. It is, yeah. But the Watch Dogs thing, because the worst part that killed me, I was talking with James about this. And even James was saying, yeah, I'm not waiting for the Wii U anymore. I want to play Watch Dogs. I'm just going to get it for like the 360. And I'm still holding out for the Wii U version. But then again, if I ever decide to get a PS4 in the future, who knows? I might make that my launch game. Or Metal Gear Solid 5.
Well, it's gonna be like Matt was saying. You're gonna watch one video and then you'd be like, I can't wait.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, because I've been watching like so many videos on Watch Dogs, like gameplay and all, and I love the concept because it makes you feel like a vigilante Batman that can't just grapple hook his way out of a situation. That's why I like it. That's my biggest feel about it.
Actually, I think I just ran clean out of subjects right after that. Is there anything? I ran clean out of subjects.
Oh.
After the Watch Dogs thing, we covered Great Gambit of Things, I think.
We can listen to Tristan sing the Annie soundtrack there again.
We could.
The what soundtrack?
The Annie soundtrack.
From Annie there, Tomorrow. You were doing pretty good with that.
Tomorrow, it's coming tomorrow. Yeah, I really don't know the rest of the words of these songs.
That's okay. I guess my sarcasm wasn't.
I'm trying to think of
All right.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Well, what's everybody been playing? Isn't that?
Yeah, it's usually how we cap this off. Yeah.
Yeah, let's cap this off. So what have you two been playing?
Well, me, I've been. I took advantage of the sale they had in the eShop, and I picked up a couple of the Guild Series games from Level 5. Two that I've been eyeing for a while. The Starship Damray.
The game was intense. Like actually, that was actually I think the first game I reviewed for Pure Nintendo. Like a first copy sent to me.
Yeah, I actually went back. I read your review, and I had actually commented on it before I was part of the team.
But, it's an interesting game.
I always held off because I knew it was kind of short and not much replay for the price. But at $2.99 or whatever it is now, I think it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, totally.
So I picked that up. Attack of the Friday Monsters, another one that's a great game.
Nice. I heard good things about that.
And I also kind of picked them up in anticipation for Weapon Shop, which I'm going to have up. I think the embargo ends tomorrow or something. So.
Oh yeah, that's it's like what's it, like a rhythm game or something where you're like literally the blacksmith for the hero.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how much I can say.
That's where you go maybe. Wink.
Well, you'll just have to download it to find.
Or to our wonderful, lovely viewers out there, you'll just have to go to our website and check out the review once it's posted.
Yeah, I guess the only thing I could probably get away with saying is if you like those type of the Guild series games, you'll probably like it.
It's good. It's good. You know, it's a good way to kind of set it up.
Yeah, so I've been doing that on 3DS and Wii U trying to do Wii Fit. Like I go into the Pure Nintendo gym and like I said, I see Matt's, numbers are crazy high, and then I look at my little graph bar and you can barely see the progress I've made. So I've been trying to do that, especially in the winter months.
Dude, what do you? That's not the right response, Trev. Man, you gotta be confident about it. That's where you go on the Koopa Kast and go, "Hey guys, I need some help. Do you know a vet? Why? Because these pythons are sick." That's what you're supposed to do.
Well, if I had my old fuzzy camera, I'd probably.
I'm gonna interrupt you real quick. I just thought of there's one thing I wanted to go over real quick before we signed off. I'm not gonna I decided I'm not gonna let another week go off without talking about a major review that passed us by. Okay. We had Tristan in the room, and he recently reviewed the latest Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, and I believe you scored it at a. What did you score now? 8.5 out of 10, right?
2 out of 10.
2 out of 10.
Yeah. So, no, 8.5 out of 10.
8.5 out of 10. All right, and you seem to have received a lot of feedback for that.
Yeah, it seemed generally positive from what it was really great to see that. Again, my really big concerns with the game was probably the how I guess easy it was, but I'm not sure really it's a fair thing to say considering me. I guess I grew up back in the good old NES days and Super Nintendo days. I understand the concept of a Donkey Kong game. And it was great using every other character's, like Cranky, Diddy, and Dixie, using their abilities to the fullest. Because there's some levels where the level kind of hinted / forced you to use another Kong's character and their abilities to advance on, which is a great way to kind of okay, so I now know how they work. The only problem I really found though, it was so easy. It was too easy to collect banana coins. And by the third world, I already had 99 lives. So by that point, death wasn't really a consequence. It was more of a oh well, that happened, or I didn't get that, at the edge of my seat, let's say in the first Donkey Kong Country, where it was, oh man, I'm on the minecart level and I only have 2 lives left. I'm not going to make it. You're just so nervous. You're on the edge of your seat. I miss that old hardcore, excitement and thrill from old school gaming like that. But overall, the art style, the gameplay, and I almost want to say above all, the music. David Weiss, if you're watching this, man, it was amazing. It's beautiful. I would buy the soundtrack. If the soundtrack ever becomes available, I will purchase it. I'll be first in line for that. It's just amazing. It really immerses you into the world. It's just, yeah, definitely is definitely a buy. Definitely go pick it up.
Let me ask you, Tristan, if it's cool, because I don't remember. Even though I like the review, the fact that it didn't use the gamepad. What were your thoughts on that? Because I know that's been getting some chatter.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the only really features I noticed of the gamepad was, using it as the controller, of course, and then off-screen play. There really wasn't a lot of, touch the screen to do such and such, touch, do that. There really wasn't a lot of that. But to be honest, with a game like Donkey Kong, what could you really use it for is what I'm thinking. And it's great that, because let's say, look back on the Wii, there were a lot of games where, it required you to go, oh, you have to use the Wiimote, you have to flail around, which maybe not a lot of gamers wanted to do that. So it was kind of nice that, I guess it wasn't kind of forced upon us, so to speak. And again, with a game like Donkey Kong, it's a basic 2D platformer, so there's not really going to be much to do with that. There wouldn't. There didn't really seem much in level design that I would probably think to myself, maybe I should use the touchpad for this kind of thing.
Yeah, well, it's funny you say that because even with the original Donkey Kong Returns for the Wii, that was one of the big gripes, having to waggle.
Yeah.
With the Wiimote to roller. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, to roll you had to do this or something like that. So it was nice to go back to the traditional button layout that started the Donkey Kong Country franchise.
And going back to your earlier comments, you were talking about how easy this was. I'm guessing this was much easier than the previous Donkey Kong title on the Wii.
I would say it's a bit more difficult. There were definitely parts later on in the game, especially, of course, what last world isn't difficult. But I mean, there were a few levels that were that had their own challenges. I would say the biggest challenge would be some of them are the underwater levels because you actually have an air meter this time. You don't have, you can't just, oh, I'm a gorilla that can just somehow breathe underwater and all. But what made up for that was the swimming mechanics were actually really easy to get used to. So, I mean, you kind of had that perfect balance there. For first-timers, they're probably going to need those 99 lives, or they're going to need to go buy a bunch of them. But for seasoned Donkey Kong Country veterans are going to have an easier time with it, but they will see that challenge as the game progresses, like any good game should.
Was there super guide or whatever it's called in Donkey Kong in this one?
No, there wasn't actually, and I really enjoyed that. I died many times on a level, and not once did that stupid pig come up and go, "Hey, you suck at this game. Need a hand?" And that was great to see. That was kind of felt like the game was, well, if you're gonna beat this level, you better be the one to do it. And of course, because
on the 3DS.
Yeah, because we had
I've seen him a few times.
Yeah, because we've seen the Super Gorilla, of course, in the Mario Land and Mario 3D World, we saw the white Tanuki suit. So hopefully Nintendo's starting to kind of, well, we don't want that anymore. We want the gamer to feel like they're growing and they're learning from their mistakes, or they're actually they're feeling a sense of progression, and they don't need to have their handheld.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I mean, I'm glad I'm glad it sounds like it progresses pretty well in terms of difficulty. It worries me, though, that you said it was easy, but it was harder than the last game, because I found the last game especially challenging near the end.
Well, Matt, if you're as good as a gamer as me, especially at Mario Kart, if the rest of you guys of the Pure Nintendo team are watching.
Whoa.
It's pretty easy for a very skilled gamer such as myself.
You reminded me of something, Tristan, and I got to know, because I've been hearing this for months, watching Koopa Kast, and But what's the deal with you and Mario Kart talking about skilled gamer?
I'm sorry. We're going through a tunnel. can't talk about it right now. Sorry, guys.
Don't worry. I'm not going through a tunnel, so I can explain everything. Tristan, during E3 last year, had a reputation for becoming 7th and 8th place in nearly every Mario Kart. It
was like a few times, man. It was like 1 or 2 or 4 tops of races.
Well, since I didn't have a 3DS in my hand, I was conveniently counting, and I was definitely using 2 hands to count the number of losses that you had.
Shut up, Matt. Shut up.
See, this is good. I feel like I'm more connected now because I've been, like I said, I've been hearing this, these little subtle jabs and jokes, and I'm like, what's the deal with this?
Yeah.
I mean, we're journalists. How bad can we be if we're playing games all the time?
Yeah. No, the joke is that I had a bad stroke in Mario Kart. One bad stroke, and they've never let me live it down. So, you guys just wait until Mario Kart 8 comes out. Oh, I'm just gonna mop the floor with you guys. I won't be able to hear your cute comments when I'm all the way in first place.
Right. But as you can see, and I can kind of verify this going over stuff with Tristan, what he lacks in his racing skills, he more than makes up for his platforming skills. I think he's done every major platforming accomplishment on the Nintendo. You've beaten Mario Lost Worlds all the way through, and you've 100%ed that, correct?
Yeah, I went through all the way from World 1-1 to World D-4.
Wow. I give you props for that, boy. Oof.
And technically, since I played as Luigi the whole time, that's technically considered the hard mode, which I didn't understand. I thought it was easy mode because I got, the extra jump, but that extra jump, because of, you have Luigi's extra jump, but you have his slickness too, so it's easier to fall off platforms, but with enough memorization of levels, if you think that they're hard, wait till you get to the letter worlds. They're just, I don't know what the developers were thinking. It just doesn't make sense. I ran into so many Bowser copies that weren't the final boss that I don't know, but it was pretty rewarding when I got through that last challenge. It was so worth it.
Wow.
My guess what they were thinking is nobody's going to make it this far, so we can just basically do whatever we want with the level design.
They might as well, man. It just didn't correlate, make sense. I think I saw some Hammer Brothers underwater multiple times.
Yep, I've seen that too.
Yeah.
I know I almost quit after I beat 8-4 and lost levels. I'm like, yeah, I did it, and then it goes to 1A, and I'm like,
what is this? You're like, what? No, it can't be. Yeah.
I don't even think I've gotten half that far, boy.
It was funny. I was there's this guy on YouTube, which actually we're going to try and interview for the magazine. I highly recommend you guys check him out. It's called The Completionist on YouTube. So I'm going to give a shout out to Gerard Khalil out there, The Completionist. He does, he completes games 110% practically. Well, not practically, he pretty much does that. And he did one of the Super Mario All-Stars pack, and he did the Lost Levels. and he like finished all the way to 1 to 8. He's like, yeah, I did. I beat the game. And his co-host Greg goes, Gerard, you have to do all the other secret levels and the last one too. It's like, oh, you got to be kidding me. It's like 3 hours later, like the final level, because let's face it, I mean, that's why we have trust issues, guys. Original Mario with your Princess of Nura Castle, oatmeal raisin cookies that look like chocolate chip cookies from a distance, and Final Fantasy bosses.
Yeah.
That's the reason why we have trust issues.
Just all of Mario 2 was trust issues.
God.
Trampolines didn't work like you thought they would.
Warp zones that sent you all the way back. Oh God.
Back to World 1.
When you first discovered that when you were younger, you're just like, what? What's no? That's not fair.
Well, I remember. Isn't there wind? I remember having a hard time just adjusting to that.
Yeah, there's wind. There are like wind mechanics thrown in there. But one thing I think is funny, going back to that warp zone thing, there's actually a little pit they give you so you can kind of pretty much kill yourself in case you don't want to use the warp pipe. So it's either you go back to World 1, because the only way you can get to the secret worlds is you have to beat the whole game without using warp zones.
See, a game like that is why I don't mind restore points.
Yeah.
Because, some games just need them.
Yeah. Yep. Speaking of restore points, I wish Star Tropics was a bit more gentle about checkpoints, and heart drops and everything else like that, because it's really hard, and I need to get back on it.
It can be unforgiving, but man, I'm so excited when I saw you tweet that, because earlier that day I tweeted before the Direct. I'm like, there's no way, but I'd love if they said something about Star Tropics.
Yeah.
And then I saw you playing that. I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm thinking about doing maybe possibly this. Again, this is going out. I don't mind talking about this. It's possible feature article idea, everybody. One thing I realized when I picked up Star Tropics, it was actually a box copy. I flipped it over and read the back of the box, and there were some interesting things that you really wouldn't see in today's box art on the back of it. And one thing I'm thinking of, back in the day when we didn't have the interwebs, and you went out and picked up a game, you read the back of the box. That was the selling point, if not the box art, to make you want to pick up this game. And I'm thinking, over the years, have game companies not really relied on that as much? Because I've literally seen some games, like I think The Last of Us, it didn't really have any really text on the back, other than maybe like 5 words. So here's the thing: have we relied too much on the internet or things like that, or instead of picking up the box, looking at the back of it, and reading what this game might have to offer us?
Yeah. No, it's true. But by the same token too, and this is going to show just how old I am. Back in the day of like the 2600 or something, you have these boxes and they had this epic artwork, and then you plug it in, and these pixels that have been beaten by the ugly stick. It didn't look anything like it, and that's why I love like the original NES games that are in the black boxes.
Yeah.
Because even they're a little enhanced, but they show that pixel artwork, and it's like, okay,
like
this
Mario.
is what I'm gonna get, and then you play it, and that's actually kind of what it looked like.
Yeah, like Mario or Duck Hunt. It's it's like, okay, you weren't really lied to about anything.
Yeah, I love those boxes. I think they're classic.
Yeah, so I hear you on that.
All right, and we're gonna leave it at that. And I want to thank everybody for listening to this Koopa Kast. And Tristan, Trevor, I want to thank you for joining me on this week's Koopa Kast.
No problem. It was fun.
It was fun. Yeah.
For anyone listening, if you have any questions that you would like to ask us, you can either give it to us live, or you can email us at podcast@purenintendo.com.
Or if you want to message us individually, you can also follow us on our Twitters, which I believe all of our Twitters are on our staff page.
Yes, we love getting new Twitter followers.
Oh,
so
totally.
Please check those out as well. If you want to see Tristan's review of Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, that's also online at purenintendo.com. If you want to check out the Around the World of Wii Fit U contest, that's also on purenintendo.com. Just search Wii Fit U. You'll see instructional video and article detailing how to get started with that. Until next time, this is Matt, Tristan, and Trevor, wishing you a good week of video game playing, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Take care.